Hello, everybody. 99 It Does. How's everybody doing today again? I was supposed to go and get those little things burnt off my face today, but apparently that's next week. So super senior moment for me. It's still chilly out there, but we've got fall inside too. There you go. Newcomers, welcome, welcome, welcome. Love me, like me, share me. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you leave a comment, please be courteous. If you disagree with the person, state your opinion and then leave it at that. Your opinion, not your opinion of the person who put it there. Let's do that, okay? So, hangers on, welcome back. And as always, thanks for hanging on. I appreciate each and every one of you. So now we're going to do SAYTAN's top 10 list. And I'm thinking we'll start at number 10, just like David Letterman used to do. And we'll start number 10 is Susie Wiles. Her only saving grace was being fired from Ron DeSantis' campaign in 2019 following a bribery scandal that was leaked. She went back to Trump for season 2, however. Treachery in government, the rogue season. Number 9, we have Scott Bessent. This guy somehow made billions of dollars for Trump's nemesis, George Soros, over $2.5 billion, I might add. And he is the first gay guy that Trump has been this close to since Roy Cohen. But that old Scott there has not been quite a success in the Treasury Department, no matter what Trump tells you. Number 8, drum roll, we have Robert Morse. Now, Robert Morse was Trump's spiritual advisor in season 1, and he's been hanging around season 2 as well, and he's been violating a 12-year-old child until she was almost 17. Her parents used to billet him at their house, as he was the traveling preacher. He was arrested and sentenced to a 10-year sentence, but because he's a good buddy of the President of the United States, somehow he got that 10-year sentence lowered to 6 months in prison for lewd and indecent acts against a child. He is the founder of Gateway Church, and I believe it's in Texas, if I'm not mistaken, and he will be on probation for 9 years and 6 months. He has to register as a Rex offender and pay the now 55-year-old victim. That's how long it took to get this to a court. Has to pay her $250,000 in restitution. Now, the whole Trump family knew about his deeds in season 1 and still invited him to the private quarters when Barron was, 10, 11 years old? Yeah, to hang out. The Trump lumps hung out with him quite often. There's many pictures of both of those guys hanging out with this guy. Good Christian man. The victim confronted him last year in front of his whole congregation, and he said he was apologizing because he, quote, had a moral failure with a young lady. The Oklahoma Attorney General charged him shortly after that little blurb, after the victim told the leaders at Gateway Church, "We were never in an appropriate relationship, and I was not a young lady. I was a child." And I think there's a special place in hell under some rock, because Satan, my thing would be if he could put a pair of boxing gloves and he could pick oats out of horse shit out of the demon horses that Beelzebub owns. We have number 7, we have the Heritage Foundation, and these are the folks that sought out Trump. Maybe they heard how easy it was for Putin, as a young junior KGB officer assigned to acquire Trump, to do their bidding. Maybe, just maybe, he might do theirs as well. And here he is, doing it in spades. Russell Vogt was their Putin, so to speak, and now he's in charge of budget management. In the name of Republican Jesus, of course, because there will be more Christian charter schools, less money for public schools, go after DEI everywhere and anywhere, and promote only evangelical images and, of course, the new brotherhood. Number 6, we have Jesse Waters from Fox. He takes lying and foolishness to a completely different level. That he was crying on air this time, well, about this time last year, because his mother had disinvited him to Thanksgiving dinner. When he took over from Effer Carlson's show, his own mother called him while he was on the air with a special message and told him to be nice, honestly report the news, and don't be mean to Democrats. Jesse, you let your own mother down, and she disinvited you from Thanksgiving. That says a lot about you and your character. You said somebody should bomb the UN building in New York City because Trump was too fat, let's just say it, too fat, and the escalator strained under his weight and didn't work. That's my opinion. There was a fully functional escalator just right next to that one. Did he use that? No, he had to make a whole holy show of it and try to gimp up the stairs. Instead of just using the other one, he threatened people. I hope someone sees that threat that Jesse Waters is doing something he shouldn't be doing, like threatening to bomb a building full of people. Number 5 on the list, we have Brian Kilmeade and Lawrence B. Jones of Fox. These guys have an afternoon talk show with Hannity's latest squeeze, Ainsley. She's 49, he's 64. They just got engaged a year ago, December. Most of the Fox talent, apparently, is fooling around on their spouses. Hannity would know something about that. And apparently so does Jesse Waters, but I digress. Aside from lying about 2020 to the tune of $787 million, they are now getting really gross. And this is where this comes in. Cheers, dears. First, Lawrence Jones is talking about the troops taking apart all the homeless encampments and tents in Washington, D.C., and hauling away homeless people. Oh, Lawrence Jones said that they should be offered rehab. Yay, Lawrence, yes, they should. But if they don't take it, they go to jail instead. No, Lawrence, bad. Then Brian Kilmeade in all his infinite wisdom, and I thought he was the smart one on Fox, had the absolute hateful solution, and he said, I think they should all get involuntary lethal injection. He was made to apologize for that and go back on air. Although, when he was given that apology, he looked more pissed than he would have been if somebody smashed into his new Bentley or whatever the hell it is he drove. Because there is no fucking way that apology was sincere. Okay, we have number 4 on the list. We have Pig Hegseth, a National Guard major that apparently lied about his awards, was drunk on duty most of the time. He lied about his Silver Star, Bronze Star, whatever the hell it was. Apparently, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only, drunk on duty most of the time, ran 2 veterans charities into the ground to the tune of almost $500,000 and demeaned women his whole life. Don't believe me? His own mother said that she was ashamed of the man that he had become. His Fox co-workers always had to cover for him because he was drunk all the time. He went to the Hyatt in Monterey, California for the California Federation of Republican Women in 2017. And apparently, allegedly, a married woman who worked for the organization filed a police report because Pig Hogsbreath apparently, allegedly, SA'd her and allegedly, apparently, put something in her drink, and he had the gall to summon some of the very generals, admirals, and senior NCOs that probably knew him when, and tell them that they need to toe the party line. They need to disregard the Geneva Convention and the stupid rules of engagement. And if they are too weak in the knees to follow blindly, then they should do the honorable thing and resign. No. You are dishonorable and you are an arsehole. Just saying. They're not willing to break the law. They're not. Well, most of them not. Stephen Voldemort Miller is number 3 on the hit parade, and that boy, I think he just hates being Jewish. I really do, because all he does is spout nizzy propaganda 24/7. Every bad thing that was done and said to those other people, to the Jewish people in the 30s, is what he wants for America in present day 2025 and beyond. Both of these little men were hoping for world domination, white superiority, and power. The only thing he doesn't have is a mustache. I don't think he can grow one because he is prematurely bald and just a solar panel for the shithouse. That's what he is. His wife left the White House to go work for Mussolini. As for Governor Gavin Newsom, he said that he's the fella in the chair in the corner of the hotel room watching ... Did his hateful little wife actually take the kids too? Just asking for a friend. And number 2 on the list, we have Russell Vogt, the author of Project 2025 and a big shot in the Heritage Foundation. This piece of shit hates everybody equally. He only wants things for rich white families. He wants government to stop funding public schools, colleges, and universities. He is ready to defund police, HBCUs. He's getting Medicare, Medicaid, and he will go after Social Security, make no bones about that. Veterans Affairs programs, school lunch programs, Meals on Wheels, and anything else that helps poor people or people in need. He is also withholding funds allocated to 16 blue states and very many blue-run cities. Russell Vogt is the guy that wants to write off the middle to lower class by not allowing them any medical insurance and whatnot. So hopefully they won't be around to burden the government. The ones who are a burden to the government are red states, because it's states like New York and California that help keep them afloat. They are run by Republicans who have proven that they don't know how to save money, govern, or be arbiters of kindness. And I mean kindness to all people of all color, creeds, and the choice to love who people want to live and to be able to say what they want. Russell Vogt, the guy who actually said, Americans need to suffer and be tortured. We want bureaucrats to be traumatically affected, and this means every federal worker. When they wake up in the morning, we want them to not want to go to work because they are seen as villains. We want them shut down, and we want them in trauma. And he wasn't even exaggerating a little bit. This was even before he was appointed to the job, so Trump knew exactly what he was getting for his money when he got him in there. He also has a little think tank called the Center for Renewing America, and their motto is, the government should be brought to heel by the executive branch. And the Mango Moose Knuckle made sure that that would be his guy and he would get his chance, because Trump doesn't give a shit about Congress, doesn't give a shit about the Supreme Court. None of that stuff matters to him, only his opinion and what he wants done. So they got their choice, they got their chance, and now they're on the road to hopefully ruin. Drum roll, please. Number 1 on Satan's hit parade, we have the Mango marionette puppet on a string. Everyone and anyone can pull his string. Putin has been doing it for almost 48 years, from getting him to launder money for him to putting them up in Trump Tower when he was president-elect in season 1. But Russia did their share to get him in the White House, and they paid their holy dollar to do it. It wasn't right that Trump didn't give a little. He gave a lot, including your country. Trump just today, on October 6th, that's how long I've had this, October 6th, is about to do an arms deal with Putin. There is something to be said about a president who will willingly, after all Putin has done to every other country, especially now invading their airspace and whatnot, what he's done to Ukraine, that willingly jump into bed with somebody like that. It wasn't bad enough that he told the airmen at Joint Base Elmendorf to get down on their hands and knees and roll out that red carpet for the enemy. Red carpet would be fitting for that bastard the Allies fought all those years during the Cold War to keep out of our backyards, but Trump wants him as a cozy little neighbor. But they were in Alaska on American soil, and that was a big coup for Putin, his daddy Vladdy. And Trump's pants just got a little tight with a little premature excitement. Then he started clapping gleefully for the enemy and pat him on the back. That, to me, would be treason. Now, he's telling his most senior officers and NCOs to start using American cities as training grounds for things like SEAL Team 6 and Special Forces units to go through cities like they're in Afghanistan, flushing out the Taliban. Oh, wait a minute. Trump already freed the Taliban and ISIS prisoners already to the tune of 5,000 so they could go out and kill more Americans. Then, this one stuck in my craw, then he had Pammy Joe Scammy Joe fire the most experienced lawyer prosecuting the case against that bastard that killed 13 American soldiers and almost 170 Afghan people as they tried to flee the country at Abbey's Gate in the final days of the Afghan withdrawal. Yes, this something his sperm donor should have done as well is pull out. Trump is willing to maintain a nuclear arms deal with Russia and wants to realign with them. He offered Putin, if he ends this war, he would give Putin more concessions. Like he doesn't have enough given back to him already. More concessions, like he's going to give access to Alaska's resources, as well as Ukraine's rare earth minerals, lifting sanctions on Russia's aircraft industry. And by the way, Ukraine owns 1/3 of Europe's lithium reserves and 3% of the world's stock. Trump extorted Zelensky and Ukraine for their rare earth minerals back when Zelensky and Ukraine was at their lowest. Ukraine just wanted the bombing to stop and people getting killed stop. So I just hope Zelensky turns around and tells Trump that his deal is no longer valid because he signed it under much duress. Not to mention, over and above all that, the mango moose knuckle, in my opinion, is severely diminished, both physically and mentally. According to Peg Hegseth, Donald Trump is too fat to serve, and he could never pass the PT test. And being the commander-in-chief of the military, I tend to concur. And one last thing, have you noticed that he used to disappear every couple months and come back with that bruise on that back of that one hand with that ugly makeup-y stuff on there? And now, lately, when he comes back, his pumpkin spice color is a little darker, and the black bruises are on both hands now. Now, it seems to me that he disappears from the camera every 28 days now with the patches on the back of his hands. It's that very weird, it looks like plaster you used to put on the walls. It just makes everything more noticeable, if you ask me. So I just want to know, is he on a special protocol that brings on his period every 28 days? Because have you noticed that a week before, he tends to look a little more bloated and a lot more bitchier a week or so before? Just saying. So anyway, that's the top 10 list from SAYTAN. Anyway, 99 loves you. Be good, be safe. Please take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. I love you. And yeah, I have half the hair I had when I talked to you this morning. You take care of you. I love you all so much. Mwah. Don't forget to subscribe.